Oh dear, it backfired. Let's begin. Now, of course, I don't know if it's just me, but for quite some time it's seeming that they've been trying to force cashless or even contactless payments down our throats with the amount of devices that can now do it. And I personally do use Apple Pay quite a lot because it is convenient. However, if you use cash, I do respect your right to do so. That is your choice, and that should not be taken away from you. And unfortunately, for people like me who do pay mostly contactless, we could soon be in a lot of trouble. I say that because according to this article, it says that shoppers are frustrated as card payments go down in supermarkets across the UK, which obviously I'm guessing also affects contactless because that uses your card, doesn't it? And apparently this morning it left Visa and MasterCard customers unable to use their debit and credit cards either, so you couldn't actually withdraw the cash, I'm guessing. But where did this happen? Was it everywhere or online or just in shops? Well, apparently according to this, it says Visa customers have been unable to make payments in major retailers including McDonald's, Asda, Sainsbury's and M&S, with several reports made across the UK according to Down Detector. And apparently the vast majority of people are struggling to make card payments, it's been reported, with some also struggling within the app. And quite worryingly, the cause of the outage is not known, so I'm guessing it could happen again or at any point in time for potentially hours. I mean, just imagine how peed off you'd be if you're in the supermarket doing your weekly shop or whatever. You only had a certain amount of time. You filled up your trolley, which I guess, I know, might have taken you half an hour, or in the case of my girlfriend, the whole day, walking around the shop. And then when you got to the till, you saw a sign saying cash only, which, if anything, nowadays is quite strange because we're used to seeing card only, eh? And then presumably would be faced with the fact that you couldn't then actually go to the cash point and withdraw the money to pay. I would be absolutely fuming. And I guess quite a lot of people in that situation would just think, oh, well, sod you then. I'll go somewhere else. And because it's not located to one store, the same thing would more than likely happen. And this is the massive problem with going cashless, isn't it? It is good or quite handy to have a bit of cash on you just in case things like this happen. But they shouldn't happen in this day and age, should they? We've had Visas and MasterCards for quite some time now. I'm pretty sure since the 1970s or 80s. And admittedly, this more than likely is a rare occasion and might have only lasted an hour or two, I'm guessing. But if you were only free in that particular time, you'd be pretty screwed, wouldn't you? Card payments, get this, were also down across central London on Thursday morning, and metro.co.uk, shameless plug for you there, saw tills and self-checkouts closed in the M&S on Kingston High Street, with staff saying all systems were down until further notice. Which, actually thinking about it, because of this, is also going to impact the profits of the companies themselves. I'm not trying to say that they don't get enough profits already, because I'm guessing they do, but surely they're not getting the profits they were expecting. Wouldn't they just hike the prices up a little bit more for you and me to make it up for the shortfall, and therefore that would be affecting us even more? So when did this happen then? Well, apparently the spikes in reports began shortly before 8 AM but started to reduce as 9 AM approached. So obviously, it was only an hour, and no big deal, right? Well, that's wrong. 8 AM in the morning is when most people go to work, don't they? How peed off would you be if you couldn't go and get your breakfast in the morning on the way to work, if that's what you indeed do? You'd be starving, wouldn't you? Try working on an empty belly, which is not good for anyone, eh? But, don't worry, because it's been reported that the issue is now resolved and Visa systems will continue normally. However, a MasterCard, though, the spokesman for them told Metro, we are aware, though, of some payment transaction issues that select merchants in the UK and are working with our partners to gather more information. So I guess for them, the blackout is still going on, which surely in this day and age, there's no excuse for, is it? And which, to be honest, makes me think twice about using this for payments and actually carrying a bit of cash around with me. Instead, just in case I actually fall victim to this crap. Through no fault of my own, I might add, just like them, I might give the retailers the virtual middle finger. Although now it does say that there are no current indication that these issues are reflected to our network. So presumably, I guess, all the stores got a code at the same time and are blaming poor Visa and MasterCard. To be honest with you, actually, in my opinion, it was more than likely the other way round. Of course, I didn't know about you, but from now on, I'm going to be carrying an emergency tenner just in case. Although, admittedly, they do say that one of the benefits of carrying, or using rather, should I say, contactless is that you don't hold any money and therefore can't get robbed. But be warned, if anyone thinks about robbing my emergency tenner, you get a swift kick in the man sausage and a fart in the face, and I will get my tenner back and, drag you by the short and curlies to the police. Although, hopefully that won't happen and my emergency tenner will stay safe and sound with the other mothballs in my wallet, eh?